were the Knights Templar and Hospitallers, typical medieval knights. Imagine a world where warriors not only fought on horseback but also took vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. That's the world of the Knights Templar and Knights Hospitaller. They weren't your average knights. These groups were formed during the Crusades to serve a special purpose. The Knights Templar started around 1118 to protect Christian pilgrims traveling to Jerusalem. They quickly grew into a powerful military and financial force. The Knights Hospitaller began even earlier, around 1112, as a hospital order caring for sick pilgrims. Later, they also took up arms to defend Christian territories. Both orders looked like knights because they wore armor and fought in battles. They rode into combat on horseback, wearing distinctive cloaks. The Knights Templar wore white mantles with red crosses, while the Knights Hospitaller wore black cloaks with white crosses. They followed the chivalric code, which meant they valued bravery, loyalty, and protecting the weak. But here's what makes them different from typical medieval knights. They were also monks, living in religious communities and taking vows similar to those of monks and nuns. Unlike most knights who married and owned land, these orders held lands and wealth across Europe and the Holy Land. They managed castles and fortresses, and they operated with a lot of independence from local rulers. Their main focus was on the Crusades and defending Christian interests in the Holy Land. They also had a lot of money and influence, which was unusual for knights. Most knights served local lords and fought in local conflicts. But the Knights Templar and Hospitaller had a broader mission. They were part of a religious order, combining fighting with religious devotion. Their role was more about defending Christianity and helping pilgrims than fighting in feudal wars. So were they typical knights? Not quite. They shared many traits like armor, combat skills, and chivalry, but their religious vows, organizational structure, and international reach made them stand out. They were warrior monks, a special kind of knight, deeply tied to the religious and political conflicts of their time. Their unique blend of faith and fighting made them a fascinating part of medieval history.